First of all, the fact that she put it on my Facebook page, she bombed me out on my Facebook page, because my Facebook page used to be public, right? Because I ain't had no reason to make it private at that time that I knew of, okay? Because I was unaware of monitoring spirits and stuff back then. But the fact that she put it on my Facebook page really, really pissed me off. But I'm so glad that I caught it. Maybe like a minute or two or something like that after she posted it. And she went in on me. Let me tell you what she said. Welcome to Receiving Related. This is your first time here. My name is Tara Walker. I'm so glad that you clicked on this episode for story time. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber and or a returning visitor, hey y'all, hey. So yeah, speaking of, since I'm okay, let me make this disclaimer. I forgot to do it the last episode. I did this on my live, but I haven't done it on my recording videos. I am aware that this is the month of June, and my nails are colorful. Okay, my nails have absolutely 100 and trillion% nothing to do with pride. I do not represent anything in regards to anything pertaining pride over here. Okay, in my life, period. So I got these nails done on my birthday, which was last month, which was May 9th. My husband has not been able to send me back yet because we had other bills that were more important. So this is why it is now trickled over to June, and I still have colorful nails. Why somebody said, well, why do you think you have to explain that? Yes, I do have to explain it. Because especially in this days and time, where people so quick to label somebody a false prophet really, really quick. And they're going to do that anyway, because people going to be people, right? But listen, don't give them like the ammunition, okay? This is why my nails are good. And I couldn't figure out what color I wanted. When I went to her, I said, I just want a bright color. I said, well, you know what? Just pick some. And this is what we're going to do. We're just going to do different colors. And so that's how why my nails are, well, today is June 9th, and my nails are colorful. It has nothing to do with pride, okay? And if that offended you, well, it probably was supposed to, okay? So you can just stop watching if that's the case. Anyway, so back to the story. So last episode, I told y'all how I ran into my now current husband at his cousin's wedding. When this first happened, and when we got engaged and I told this story, everybody was saying it's like a fairy tale. It is kind of like a fairy tale. But really it was just God's timing on things. And once I finished telling you, it was just, there's no other way I can put it. It was just God's timing. And so, but we'll get to that. So, now let's go back to, because I put my husband in there, but he is in this story, okay? So that's why I gave the episode of how we got connected. So now, going back to the Jamaican. So we are in the thick of it, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're girlfriend and boyfriend now. We talk on the phone every day. We texting every day on the WhatsApp app. And I'm putting up stories up there now. I'm now using WhatsApp more than I even use my other social medias, because, you know, I was communicating more with him over there than anybody. And, but I was always a person that said that I would never change. You know, people change their relationship status, like as soon as they get in a relationship. I was like, when I changed my relationship status to, divorce, back when I got divorced, or either I changed it to divorce, or I just changed my last name back to Wells, and then which is my maiden name, and then you just figured it out. I said I wasn't going to change it again until I remarried, you know what I'm saying, until I'm in another relationship that I know for sure is meaningful. And so I had relationships after him, and even this one, but nah, I wasn't about to change it yet, because I know probably like deep down know like this wasn't the one, even though I was trying to make him the one, but that's what we do, right? So we're now talking about we're in like the middle of the summer pretty much now. And like I said, we already discussed me coming back. I already made the plane arrangements. I've already now the flight arrangements. I've already made living arrangements. I found an Airbnb down there. I booked it. This time I booked it for a week instead of, because I was only there I think 5 days the first time. And so like I said, we in the thick of it now. We boyfriend and girlfriend. But I'm noticing now the narcissistic traits. Okay, I've been noticing them, but now they are very, very, very evident. You know, he would get mad at just the dumbest stuff. And just, you know, just to be very transparent too. Well, I was very much in sin, very, very much. Obviously, you know, I had already had sex with him the first time I met him, or the second date. But we are also having it over the phone as well. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, all of that was going on. Very much in a sinful state. And so, thank God for a forgiver and a healer and grace, Lord, I thank you, and a deliverer. And so now, like I said, he's, you know, being very narcissistic. But what happened one day, I log into my Facebook account and I seen this message. Now, I had my Facebook profile on public, but I had it where not just anybody can inbox me. And that was due to just like, because I didn't want to see like spam and stuff like that. So apparently she tried to reach out to me via DM first. If they not already friends with you, it's this category that even at the DMs put the DM in. You know what I'm saying? So I never saw it. So I guess she was like, well, you know, since you ignore me, I'm gonna put it on your Facebook page. Said I had a comment from somebody, and I read the comment. Y'all, let me tell you something. I ain't gonna lie. So this homegirl read me for filth. Okay. She said, you call yourself a Christian. You call yourself a woman of God. And you, and I'm very much paraphrasing, okay, because I deleted it and blocked her as soon as I saw it. But I remember for the most part, you know what I'm saying, the stuff that hit home, right? And she wasn't wrong, okay? She really wasn't wrong. Because remember, I said I was in a sinful state, okay? She said, she called me old. She was like, you old enough to be both of our mothers. You should be ashamed of yourself. Honestly, okay, remember how I said my situation was similar to how Stella got her groove back. If you watched that movie before, you remember how his mother wasn't fond of him dating Angela Bassett. She was 40 at that time too, and I think he was even younger. I think he was like 20. My dude at the time was 24, but still, nonetheless, right? And remember how she was like, they had a conversation and she didn't approve of. It was like that, but it was more rude than that. But she was like, basically, you know, she was like, he was too young for you, you too old for him. Then she said this, and you think the nights that you think he's home, he's with me, he's been sleeping with me the whole time. He never stopped sleeping with me. So backtrack, okay? If you haven't already watched, the first night that I met him, first or second, we had I think it was the first. We had a conversation, and he said that he had broke up with his girlfriend, the on and off girlfriend, for like 4 years. I think he said it was like 4 years. That he had just broke up with her for good. That's what he claimed. Okay, that's what he told me. I didn't ask him, but that's what he volunteered and told me, right? So I was under the assumption to believe him. You know what I'm saying? And so she definitely told me that she was like, and you, I'm telling you, she said all of this on the comment on my page, on my profile underneath something that I posted, because the pastor that was my pastor at the time commented, and she commented under that, because I remember my pastor saying that she saw it too, but I had got rid of it so quick. When I looked at the time that she had, because you know you're gonna look at the time stamp, like, because how long this been? It was only like 2 or 3 minutes later when I caught it. But my pastor did say that she saw it, but she didn't know what was going on or whatever, whatever. So I ended up telling her later on, of course. But anyway, yeah, she was like, the nights that you think that because he worked, I met him at the hotel. So he worked at the nights that he worked at that hotel that we met, that's when he would call me and we would, we would be in touch that night. But then other nights that he was off or whatever, we wouldn't talk all night or whatever. But it didn't matter to me or whatever at the time. I didn't think anything about it. I thought, to be like a silly girl, just assume that he was being faithful or he was just at home. You know what I'm saying? But she said, no, those nights that he's not at work, he's here. And basically just calling me dumb and stupid to believe that he wasn't. And that he was her man. Yep, and that he was her man. And basically, pretty much that's it. Pretty much. I saw what I needed to see, put it like that. And so I looked at her picture, like her profile picture. And I was like, she looked familiar. But I blocked it and everything. So I'm devastated, okay, and the drama. I'm devastated because all he told me was completely opposite of what she was saying. But it was some more stuff. See, I can't remember it all, but it was some more stuff that she knew that she shouldn't know. That's what I'm saying? That's why it was like I couldn't, I couldn't even argue back with her or whatever. But I did brace the comment and blocked her. But it was just some stuff that she shouldn't have known. And so I put him on block. I put her on block. I put the family on block. Because see, by this time I had met his sister. So his sister used to get on the phone and talk. We talked. The sister revealed to me that she was a lesbian. And see, stuff like that in Jamaica is they ain't as free over there as it is over here. And in America, when I say free, with people's rights and stuff like that, they don't play with the homosexual and the gay stuff over there. So she told me that she hadn't even told her mother, and she hadn't been out yet. But she showed me a picture. This is just a sidebar. She showed me a picture. We was talking. Like, I was close with the family. Now, the mother ain't like me, but I ain't know it yet. I'll get to that. But even she said hello to me before. I talked to him. I talked to his best friend and the sister daily. Like, I was a part of the family already. And so, like I said, the sister, she divulged to me, her personal business about her being a lesbian, and she had been for years. And the girl that she was dating, she showed me the stud and everything. I knew what she looked like and everything. Like I said, like, in relationship with this dude. They knew who I was for sure. And I knew who they was. But so, like I said, so when the sister was on the phone with me, she even mentioned but she called her the ex-girlfriend too. And she talked about her, and she was like how possessive she was and stuff like that. And I think she said something like she was glad that, she did tell me, she said she glad that her brother met me. Welcome to the family type thing. Unbeknownst to me, I'll get to it. But the sister knew that he wasn't being faithful to me either. She was playing us both. And, but I would later find that out, right? And so, but I didn't, when I went on the block spree, I didn't know all this yet. I just blocked her. I blocked everybody in one time. I blocked the best friend. I blocked the sister. I blocked him. And I shut my Facebook down. So when, a little something about me before, if I go into a season or something happens to me where it's just really devastating for me like that, I do that. Like, I shut down the entire world because I go into a depression, right? And this girl that I was friends with around the time, she had met him too, because me and him talked on the phone so much. I think I allowed her to have his number I can't remember why. Don't even ask me, because this is a long time ago. But she had his number. She knew who he was. He knew who she was too. Because he was, matter of fact, because when I stopped talking to him, he reached out to her. Or DM'd her. So I don't know, was it the phone number or was it the DM? Might have been DM. I'm not sure. I can't remember if he had a phone number or not. But anyway, she was able to reach him and he was able to reach her, right? And so she texted me and was like, girl, get your butt back on Facebook. You don't allow no man to let you shut your life down and stuff like that. She was like, wow. She was team him, right? And put a pin in that because, man. Anyway, she was like, why don't you just hear him out? Why don't you just hear his side of the story? You know, you just went crazy and just shut everybody down without listening. I was like, why do I need to hear his side of the story? Why she knew stuff that she shouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? Why do I need to hear his side of the story? But she convinced me to do it. So I was like, all right, fine. And then she made this comment when I said, you can call him. That's what it was. You can call him and tell him he can call me. I'm unblocking him. She made this comment. I never get it. She was like, that's what I thought. And I ain't never comment back, but I was just like, why would you say that's what I thought? It's almost like it's almost like a little bit of a control too, but I'll go into that later. I would later find out that this person wasn't a friend to me either. But anyway, so I unblocked him and I let him hear his side of the story, and he was like, you know, the typical, you know, dude trying to plead his case. And he was like, but he did say this. Listen, y'all, pull up, get a little closer. Okay, he said he knew she was going to do that. I said, so you knew she was going to post on my media page all my personal business. You knew that and you let her do that? He was like, well, she kept threatening whatever. And I just was tired. I just said, fine, just do it. I was like, and you didn't think to tell me that, or you didn't think to warn me of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, common sense right here should have been like, I should have put him right back on block. And ended the thing and just ended the situationship and everything. But I'm so cold in love. It was just a full of lust and naiveness, because and self low self-esteem, right? Because I was still drawing the narcissist, and the narcissist was still drawing me. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted a boyfriend and I ain't wanted to end or whatever. So what did I do? Of course, I forgave him, right? But it's a red flag. Remember how I told y'all about my situation with my ex-husband, how God always showed me the red flags before I said I do. God will show you. Oh my goodness. We just don't pay attention. We don't listen to God. Please, if you're one of these people that don't listen to the red flags, let my stories please encourage you to start beginning to listen to the red flags. Them red flags be God. God be protecting us. I'm telling you, God be protecting us. This is not just for the young women. This is for the young men too, because there are narcissistic women out there as well that prey, P-R-E-Y, on the nice young men. You know what I'm saying? Don't not listen to the red flags, okay? They are the warnings from God for a reason, because he cares about you. The enemy hates you. He does not care about you. Okay, so now back to the story. Okay, I just had to plug that in right there, because somebody gonna be watching. Maybe you in a situation right now and you keep ignoring the red flags from this narcissistic individual, but it is God telling you to run like Forrest, like Jackie joined the Kersey, like Harriet Tubman. Run. Okay, and don't look back. Don't be like me and unblock, okay? Because some your friend encouraged you to do. First of all, okay, let me put this in here too. A friend, a real friend, okay, will understand who this person was and what he was doing. Okay, that's why you got to pray and ask God who should be your friends. Pray and ask God to send you the friends that he wants you to have, okay? Because any friend with real discernment, real common sense, and really looking out for you, first of all, they need to be saved, sold out for Christ, okay? Because your friends, if you saved and sold out for Christ, your friends shouldn't be in the world and doing the same things you doing either, right? Now, I was in a backslidden state as well, okay? So I couldn't even blame, because both of us was in a backslidden state at the time. However, okay, we should be having friends that recognize when a dude is doing you wrong or whatever. And so the friend should have been like, okay, if she had all that information, I would keep him blocked too. The friend shouldn't be encouraging you to unblock to hear his side of the story. What do I need to hear his side of the story for? She literally told everything that, you know what I'm saying? And even if they were, which I believe her, I believe they was having sex with her, because he was a whole hoe. That's what he was. Okay, that's just what he was. You know, why would she ain't had no reason not to tell the truth. Now, remember how I said, okay, I know it might be a little bit all over the place, but remember, if you haven't already watched, go back and watch. Go back and binge watch from the first episode. There's an episode that I talked about a young lady watching us the first time I went to Jamaica dance and at the club, and she was standing over there with this mean, stern look on her face. Remember I told you I put a pin in don't forget that girl? This was that girl. It was the girlfriend. And remember how I told y'all he put on social media every single move he made? Because how did she know where we was at? I guarantee you. Yeah, but I wasn't, on his stories and stuff like that. So he probably put that he was going to the club that night. That was her. Standing over there looking at us crazy the whole time, looking like she wanted to sit. I mean, homegirl looked like she wanted to take a dagger and run over there and stab me in my daggone forehead. That's how she was looking at me. This was the girl. Because I looked at her profile, I was like, where'd she look for me from? But I didn't catch this. I still hadn't put two and two together the time of this situation where I saw her on my Facebook. I didn't put two and two together that was the girl. I figured that out later on. But I just wanted to throw that in there, okay, to make sure I didn't forget that. This is the girl. The girlfriend, okay, that I believe, even if they had broken up, even if he was telling the truth that night that they had broken up, by the time I went back to Jamaica, but I don't believe they had never broken up. I just believe he's a whole hoe, like I said. And she just put up with it. Apparently she was there for 4 years. She just put up with his stuff, but was even double mad. Because remember how I told y'all last time, I had found out that they can't stand. And then somebody else revealed to me that they it's not even just the females, they don't like the Americans, period. And I was like, oh wow, it's deep with them over there. So anyway, yeah, so I like I said, I unblocked him, listened to what he said. He gave me the story. He said it wasn't true, and I kept him as my boyfriend still, because why not? That's the end of this episode. If you are not a subscriber, I would encourage you to go ahead and subscribe. And this it's in a playlist, okay? And it's called How Tara Did Not Get Her Groove Back. And but I also have other stories and other playlists that might interest you as well. So go ahead and subscribe, like, share, and stay connected for more. And I think that's it. Oh, if you can relate to anything I said in this episode, listen, anybody try to come for you on your social media and try to put you on blast, let me know. Drop a line in the comments and let me know. Because people receive when they can relate, okay? I know I ain't the only one that somebody did it. And I ain't the only one that felt like Boo Boo the Fool. Because somebody done told you they was single the whole time. Whole time they got a whole girlfriend. Or whatever they wanted to call it. In a whole situationship, okay? But that's it. I love you, but know that God loves you so much more. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.